first up, let's jump in. We're going to check out a serious cyber attack that happened to a company that is widely used at most dealerships around the world. Just most dealerships use this company. It's called CDK Global. It used to be called ADP. But they had a serious cyber attack a couple of days ago. So let's check out a little story about that real quick, okay?
Another cyber attack, this time on CDK Global, the software used by thousands of auto dealerships.
It's Michigan, it's the entire country, about 15,000 dealers they service. So, this is a big outage in our industry, and hopefully it'll be rectified soon.
Todd Zott is president of the Detroit Auto Dealers Association. He says CDK notified clients early this morning.
They've shut us down from being able to access it while they investigate actually what happened.
They've acted swiftly. They've taken all systems offline. To me, it has all the looks and feel of a ransomware event.
Cybersecurity expert David Darajotis says hackers are relentless.
We're dependent on technology. And if there's any fail point along the whole digital supply chain, it has ripple effects. That's what we're seeing with this exact example here.
Just last month, a ransomware attack at Ascension Health created chaos at their hospitals.
When you're dependent on a third party, on a vendor, on any type of software to provide a critical aspect of your business, if it's interacting with clients, if it's being able to access patient health records, if it's being able to transact and handle payments, if any of those things go down, it creates a significant business interruption loss. So it's so important for every organization to pre-plan, to prepare for when these things do happen, because ultimately they do happen at some point.
That point is right now for CDK, leaving dealerships unable to finalize sales or register vehicles with the Secretary of State.
The other system that's down is what they call the CVR system, which is the system we use to register vehicles with the state of Michigan, because CDK actually runs that system.
Meaning paperwork will be delayed, but Zott says they're still able to do business.
We can still help you pick out a car. You can still do a test drive. We can do an oil change. We can maintain your car, fix your car. That's not a problem.
CDK telling Fox 2 they are actively investigating a cyber incident and are working diligently to get everything up and running as quickly as possible. They say they are confident the CDK phones, DMs, and digital retail have been restored. In Southfield, Amy Lang, Fox 2 News.
All right, so just a little backstory. CDK Global, which is a software management system that most dealerships use, specifically in their service departments. In service departments, they use them to write up repair orders, order parts, finalize the bills for the customers. CDK is a major system. It used to be called ADP. It changed over to CDK, I want to say, back in like 2014, 2015. I was a part of that. Really, I took a job where I was going around to dealerships, changing their systems over from the ADP to CDK Global. So I'm very, very aware of how CDK Global works and what it's about. And I'm very aware how much it is important to dealerships. It's not only used in their service department and their sales department, they also use it in payroll. It's used to order supplies. So any time that a system like that is interrupted, it's going to cause major problems. Like they said, they're still doing oil changes, still selling cars, but not being able to finalize the cars. And even with the oil change situations, they're not being able to write up the repair orders correctly with, accurate numbers. And they're not able to, they could probably, in some cases, they can give you a receipt, but they can't give you a printout of what was done to your vehicle at that time. They're just going to have to write it like we used to do in the Stone Age. And my biggest thing is that I'm into the cybersecurity thing because of my desire to own a EV auto dealership, and of course for the dealership that I'm running now. But I think that specifically, even mostly with automotive dealerships, they're going to have to start to amp up their cybersecurity. Most definitely, it's never been a concrete system. They've never had to. The automotive industry is not an industry that you would see a lot of cyber attacks on. You did see a lot of cyber attacks on automotive vehicles, which prompted a whole bunch of recalls, changing the software in vehicles like the Cherokee, because they were showing signs of people being able to take them over when they're not in the vehicle. So it did change that situation. But with the CDK situation, it's a major disruption. It's got to be. They said about 15,000. I think it's way more dealerships use CDK. It's just one of the most user-friendly, accessible, and priced correctly software systems that dealerships use. So it's all over the place. So shout out to the people who were able, because we did get a story that it has been up and running again. But we do understand that it's going to be a situation where a lot of people are going to need to amp up their cybersecurity. With the way the world is going and the desire for everything to be electricated and computer ran and all this kind of fancy stuff, you're going to get more and more people, cyber attacks, hackers. They're being more active, with more ability to disrupt more things. They're being more active, and the automotive industry is not immune, as we can see.